really passionate about it.
What can I say? I do love accounting very much.
That's amazing. So when you change from be doing in economic to doing accounting, what made you decide to be a CPA instead of just doing as regular accounting?
So one of the unique things as people who receive their accounting degree as a bachelor's or their master's, it's fantastic. But then you have to evaluate what are your next steps. And getting a certification additionally helps for career opportunities as well, and or people you are dealing with. For example, in the state of California, you have 3 types of tax practitioner: CPAs, enrolled agent, and CTACs. So because I already had my bachelor's degree, I didn't have the necessary accounting classes to sit for the 150 hours requirement and the education part. But I knew that I wanted to do the CPA exam over the other ones. The other certifications are great as well. But I said I wanted to be a CPA because I fell in love with taxes, and most people, yes, when I first started out, assume all CPAs do taxes, which is not true. We all know that it's not true. But I said CPAs do taxes, so let me get that certification. Let me prove myself that I can do it. That was my drive to become a CPA. Additionally, just because I love doing taxes.
Talking about the salary wise, I know that if you have the CPA license, you may receive a higher salary if you are employee, not talking about you start your own practice. So is that maybe a good motivation for people who's thinking about being a CPA?
As a point of an employer, if you have an opportunity to hire 2 people who have exactly the same skill set on paper, but one has a certification, most employers will want to hire somebody with a certification because that means they've done an extra step. That means they have done something more than the basic bachelor's degree. Nothing wrong with just having a bachelor's degree. But as you mentioned, it will over time enhances your earning opportunities, as well as what career opportunities you will be presented with, promotional wise, or just as you are searching for a new job or a new business to work with. Those certifications will help you to set you above other people. Now, it doesn't mean that you know your things, but on paper at least, it will show you that you have gone an extra step beyond the basics. And most employers would like to always have more and more skilled labor, right? If you look at a job application, almost everywhere it says CPA preferred if it's talking to accounting type of activities. So might as well go do it. So you are qualified for those jobs that may be out of reach as a result.
Yeah, because sometimes passing the CPA exam is not easy at all. Like, I know people, they can pass the CPA exam within like 3 to 6 months, but some people take like years to pass the CPA exams. And a lot of people in those times, they need to find a strong motivation for them to just like continue to get back to pass the CPA exam. So talking about that, when is the best period of time for people should pass a CPA exam?
There's no ever good time. It's just life, right? Life happens. You have to be rigorous and dedicated. I was one of those people who passed it in 18 months. And whether we like to admit or not, I failed some sections. Most people don't like to admit it. I will admit it, that I did fail. But I was working full-time and studying at nights on the weekends for 18 months because every quarter I wanted to pass one section and I didn't start the next section until I physically passed the previous one. And so it is your personal choice. The challenge with the CPA exam is it's an incredible amount of material that we need to know. It's not that it's deep, but it's extremely wide. And that discourages a lot of people. But guess what? That's why when you become a CPA, people look up to you. That's why one of the reasons why CPAs will be able to command higher salaries later down the road, or certain opportunities that, audit-wise, you need to have an attestation, right, to be able to sign off on financial statements. So why not do it? It's just never a good time. But guess what? If you sit down and rigorously and methodically study for it, everyone can pass it if you put your minds to it.
Wow, that's true. That's true. I passed my CPA exam in the last week of 18-month window. I was so excited. I was like, yes, I don't have to do this again in the future.
I was with you too. I was extremely worried that, oh my God, am I going to pass the last section? Otherwise, I can restart from the very first one that I would lose. So it was an incredible pressure. But guess what? At the end of the day, it all worth it.